Ooh, baby. We're live.
Doosh, doosh, doosh. Poof, and there we are. Welcome everyone to the Thursday night coin Q&A show. Really appreciate y'all being here.
We got lots of people in the audience already.
Yeah.
It's a good-looking group.
Yep. Shiny Time 10 Counts, welcome. Ida Herring, welcome. Liston, Paul, welcome all. There's Hidden. Very nice. Cool. We'll give it a few more minutes here and get some more people in, and we'll go through introductions and we'll get this show started. We got a good assortment of emails this week. We've been going through them throughout the week, a lot of them last night, kind of getting things situated and ready. So that's always good to try to be ready for shows like this. So stop smiling, Shay.
It's the happiest day of the week for me. So.
Yeah. Thursday night's a good night. We get to sit back, talk about coins, relax.
Yes.
Let the week's worth of stress just kind of just flow off. And then start again on Friday morning.
Perfect way to end the week.
Yeah. You notice some of our panel members, we got polo shirts on tonight. And these are from Ida. And they're...
Thank you, Ida.
Thank you, Ida. I received mine. It's in the wash right now.
Beautiful shirt. I didn't get them wash mine yet.
Yeah, I just got mine yesterday, I think. So day before yesterday. But I didn't get it out of the wash in time, unfortunately.
Thanks for the shirts, Ida. Beautiful.
Yeah. Has the same logo on that our hats, and then we got our personalized channel names on them. Hey, look at that.
You're too good to us.
Yeah.
That was the cardboard thing in the hat. Guess I don't need to be wearing that anymore.
It draws away the sweat coming off your brow.
I was going to say, yeah, that sucks up the sweat, man.
Oh, yeah.
How many weeks has that been in there?
I know I've seen you wearing that thing before, man.
Yeah.
2, 3 weeks.
I'm not a smart man, but I do know what love is.
Life's like a box of pennies.
Yeah, it is. We got Scott Hall, Hidden, Brian Hooper.
Yep. Jeff Stanley's in the chat.
Collins,
Jeff?
Yeah,
Linda
Mantic
Wallace,
wins in the house.
Paul Hampton.
All right.
Oh, very cool.
Everybody get their silver sets. Everybody order their silver sets and get them yet?
You mean these sets?
Yeah. With the W nickel.
Oh, yeah.
They sold out of the 190,000 that they had produced, so it's on hold right now. If you've been on the mint, you can't order them. Yeah, you have to hit the remind me little button on there.
That's a bummer.
Again.
I had a little
it could be like 6 months before they start producing those things again. So,
if at all, right?
yeah,
they got other stuff to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're kind of banking that they don't make anymore.
Yeah, that make it kind of a low mintage kind of surprise for a lot of people. If people were complaining that the prices have gone up on those silver proof sets. So it's like, oh, I don't want to pay $63, but everybody else is fine paying it. And now they don't have any other ones available right now. So
yeah,
it's kind of
I did an eBay search on them earlier, and they're over $100 on eBay already.
Oh, no kidding. Is that with the W nickel or just the set?
That's the complete set.
Huh.
So it's going to be interesting if they don't make any more. not enough to go around for all the collectors that get them. If they missed out, they might have just missed out, or they're going to end up paying double for them.
Possibility. Yeah, with the West Point Mint shutdown, even the proof Silver Eagle is unavailable right now.
Yep, we got a lot of people speculating on production figures on them, and they're taking a chance that they're going to be low mintage and not obsolete. And
it could be a real possibility. It really depends on when the employees get back to work, because like I said, if it's 6 months on later down the line, there's going to be a whole bunch of other new products that people are going to be focused on. They're going to forget the silver proof set. Maybe. I don't know.
Aftermarket field day.
Absolutely. That's what people strive on.
Well, I know they're backed up on some of the commemorative issues that they had scheduled, and there was some. I believe there's some medals and some other items that they were supposed to come out with.
Yeah, you notice they haven't put out the rest of the product schedule for. Usually they have it out for through the holidays by now.
Yeah,
they don't have anything, nothing definite.
I just think in the 2020s will be low mintage, all coins. But I actually, we talked about this before. Sean, I think you're the one that said it's most likely going to end up being 2021 where we see, possibly something going on.
There's a possibility, yeah.
Oh, we got two dragons in the chat.
There have been a couple of times in history when they've continued to make coins the next year, like the 1964 Kennedy half dollar. They made well into 65, and I was reading earlier when Longacre stopped, or when he died, Charles Barber took over. And that was 1870. 1870, he took some of the old 2-cent dies and modified them for 1864 and 1865. And they created 1864, 1865 restrikes of the 2-cent piece in 1870.
Yeah, they've done that a few times in history. What was the other one? The 1804 large cent. They did a restrike 70 years later
for some king or something like that, right?
Something like that. But but they found the original dies and they were all rusty and garbage, and they ended up using the rusty dies. So when you see these race strikes, which by the way, if you're looking for an affordable older type coin, you can't go wrong with those. But the coins have all the little pits on there coming off of the rusted dies that they used. It's really interesting. I actually read up on that this week.
It probably just crumbled.
What you don't want to pay is an original proof price for a proof restrike.
No, it's probably a bad idea.
Not a good thing.
Probably
you really got to know your coin.
If you're buying it as an investable piece, I would definitely do a little homework.
Yeah.
Before you go jumping in that side of the pool.
Well, do you want to start with some email?
Yeah,
let's go through introductions and then we'll jump on email. So I guess I'm the host, so I'll go last. We'll go over here and start with Mr. Jeff Stanley.
All right. Hey, my name is Jeff Stanley, and I've got a YouTube channel, Jeff Stanley Coins and Octane. And I just started a little blog that I've been working on, toiling over. Got to get some more content out there, but it's Jeff's Monticello Coin Blog. And then I'm pretty active on a lot of the Facebook groups that I see a lot of lot of our normal folks in, and I'm all over the place. So look me up. I use my real name on all of those, so you can should be able to find me easily. My specialty right now are just the nickel series, most of them, 3-cent nickels, walkers, and of course errors and varieties.
Hi, Paula.
All right. Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you.
Shay?
Yes, I'm Shay Hoffmaster, also known as Mantic Coins, and I like to collect a lot of different varieties and errors of different series, but my favorites are 2-cent pieces and half dollars, 20 cents, half dimes, and learning the Lincoln Cent series. I'm working on a database of varieties, and that's keeping me busy pretty much most of the time. So you really don't see me except for Thursdays for now, but that's going to change here soon once I get the database up and running and get everybody get all that stuff going. So anyway, good to see you guys. Glad you're all here. Thank you for coming. Thank you for sending your emails all week.
All right. Thank you, sir. All right. Now, our next guest, I'm going to give a little background on. He was a special guest for the Q&A for a couple weeks, and we extended an invitation out to him, and he is now a permanent part of the Q&A panel.
Yeah, boy.
Mr. Blue Ridge, welcome. Welcome.
Oh, thank you everyone on the panel. Yes, Blue Ridge is a permanent fixture on the live coin Q&A, and thank you again. Some of you know me as Sean on Blue Ridge Silverhound. Been on YouTube for about 11 years, so built from the ground up. Kind of grassrooting it, starting out and talking about coins that appeals to a lot of people. But deep down inside, my big passion is type collecting, US type coins. Just really deep diving to each one of the series that have been produced over the years by the US Mint, and even some of the colonial stuff. And I also dabble in currency as well. My second love, but yeah, I do it all, man. So thank you everyone for joining in this evening for a nice long Q&A stream. Should be a lot of fun.
All right. Thank you, Sean. Mr. Chris Rhodes.
Whoa, hey, oh crap, I wasn't ready. I had this up for Ken. If anybody watched one of our previous episodes there, yeah, Ken's humor is really dry. But he's not feeling too well tonight. Paula's not feeling too well tonight, so they're taking a sabbatical. But hey, I'm Chris. Well, you guys all know me by now. I know all the names in the chat, so thanks for coming. I love errors and varieties, just like pretty much everybody else on the panel. I'm somewhat of a coin hoarder. I collect everything from US to world coins, paper money, exonumia, you name it, tokens, metals, whatever. I love it all. So I do a lot of research all the time. I know a little bit about a lot. So I love seeing the questions. This is my favorite thing to do every Thursday. Really, actually, I'm having a rough time in my personal life right now, and this is what I need. This is my hobby. This is what I do for fun. So I'm here for the fun of it, right?
Coin
Thank
through.
Oh yeah, coins.
And coins too.
Coins.
All right. Mr.
It's
Coin
a great,
Dragon.
great escape.
I am the voice behind the pulsating icon. Yes, I am Coin Dragon. Sorry. Having some camera trouble today, guys. So, yeah, you won't be seeing my smiling, bright face tonight. Anyhow, I have a YouTube channel as well that I haven't been tending to much lately as of the past couple months, but hopefully that's going to change soon. Might be shifting gears a little bit. Who knows? I have been collecting coins on and off for about 25 years. Many of you might know I do like the wood grain scents. I have a Dansko album I've been collecting, focus of late, as well as errors and varieties of all denominations. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Coin. And I'm Blues Coins, and I'm your host tonight. And I just want to give a big welcome to everyone in the chat, everyone on the panel. We are missing two tonight. Mr. Ken Peavy and Mrs. Paula are absent. There is actually 8 panel members, but we're only running 6 because we just overrun each other with that many people on at once. So throughout the weeks, you're going to see people in and out. We're just taking breaks, weeks here, a week here, a week there. So, but there is a total of 8 of us, and a couple more on the sidelines that are working really hard right now, and they just can't get here all the time. So that's good for that. So. If you have any questions, go to Check My Coin, yahoo.com, send in clear pics of front and back with the question and the area of interest. And we'll get a chance to get to them tonight. We'll get to them throughout the week and send an answer and next week's show. So, anybody got anything?
No, I think we got a bunch of emails. We might as well start getting to it here.
That's definitely something.
Yeah. So, hey, from Ida Herring, 1977D. I am almost positive this is MD. However, I am so wrong so many times. I'm hoping I could be wrong on this one. The reason being this isn't listed anywhere that I can find, so I leave it to your expertise. And Ida, you've been doing really good lately, so don't be so hard on yourself. You're definitely learning and moving forward, and that's what we want. Yep, unfortunately, Ida, that is definitely MD, as you can tell by the flat shelf-like appearance. But it's it's sort of extreme. I've seen a lot worse, but it's a good example to keep aside to compare other coins to that you might be unsure about.
Oh, yeah. Classic.
Oh, here comes Howard Cosell again.
Yeah.
Oh, you can use John Madden.
Yeah, I was thinking Madden too.
I would definitely hold on to that one, if for nothing else, just as a comparison.
Example, yes.
I mean, that one is a nice textbook example to kind of look at when you question it, whether it's machine doubling or not. That is a perfect one to look at, and use that as your pickup point.
We're going to continue on. Ida has some more she sent in. She's been busy.
Yeah, she's a busy girl. Okay, so I'm going to try to help and read a little bit more, guys, because I can't pull up emails yet. My laptop's really old, so I'm going to help these guys out a little bit. I might as well keep on reading for Ida here. So, also from Ida, Toning Coins, 1949. This is just a really pretty coin, and I was wondering if you can tell me if this is a real toning coin or one that someone made. And can you please tell me how I can tell the difference? I love the rainbow or toned coins. Ooh, that sure is right.
That is gorgeous.
Boy, let's see here. I'm leaning towards artificial, simply because of the dull appearance on the surface of the coin. It may have been exposed to some sort of cleaning agent, or maybe, who knows, even maybe won't run through the washer. In my experience, original toning, real toning, typically has a circular pattern from the outer edge of the coin towards the center. But that's not always the case. It really depends on a lot of things. And in my opinion, I think artificial toning is just basically toning a coin quicker, because I think it kind of happens the same way as natural toning. The coin itself is exposed to chemicals either in the air or in the environment around the coin, such as in older albums or what have you. There's chemicals in those, in the cardboard or the paint or whatever, and it turns the coin colors. But people do it on purpose, and they're basically just speeding up the process. So that's my take on it. Anybody else?
And you mentioned older albums, but you can see it in newer albums as well. I've got a Dansko that was improperly stored that I had filled up with uncirculated sets back in the 90s with Jefferson nickels, and some of them have. I mean, to me the toning is beautiful, but toning is not everybody's bag. But that Dansko was definitely improperly stored. I was single at the time, so it found its way into a few storage units and in and out of the weather and that sort of thing. So it was never stored properly until the last 15 years. So it definitely developed some interesting toning, and that was more probably environmental based on the storage. But I see what you're saying on this one, Chris. Is you're really looking for that what they call target toning, where the toning kind of starts off at the edge and kind of works its way towards the center. But it can be expressed, in numerous ways. It just depends on whatever's toning the coin, whatever agent is being used or that is toning the coin, how it lays on the coin or how it interacts with the coin, the shape and color you're going to get.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. PCGS has a great video on eye appeal, and I definitely suggest that anyone watching go check it out, especially when you're thinking about toned coins. And you might want surface preservation, and just be careful. It's one of those things that we wouldn't want you guys to get ripped off buying the pretty, shiny, colorful pennies that are artificial toning. Don't do that, And until you can tell the difference and be sure, I would stay away from it. It's not something that I personally like. I love the coins with beautiful eye appeal that are sans toning. I can handle a little bit of toning, but I prefer a coin without it. So that's a personal preference. Everybody's got their own opinion though. So.
And Ida has a question in there. Do they grade toning coins higher or lower? It just depends. If it's determined to be natural toning and it adds to the eye appeal of that coin, they may the grader may see fit to kick it up to a plus or maybe even another numerical grade. It's when I took the ANA grading class, they were talking about the wow factor. It's that wow factor in the eye appeal that might kick it up an extra point or throw a plus or a star onto that coin.
But it can also go the other way, right? With a big brown tone.
Questionable color.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Questionable color or ugly splotchy looking toning, you could definitely kick it down a notch.
But ugly roadside coin.
What was that?
I said, but ugly roadside coin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, when you get to the more terminal stages of the color progression and toning, like say the dark russet browns and blacks, okay, that'll actually have a negative impact on the overall technical grade. It might net grade sometimes, maybe half a point to a point lower than what it should be. And it's the type of toning that if you try to dip it, it doesn't go away. Which means it's actually eating into the coin itself because it's so terminal. So you just got to be careful, especially especially with the premiums that really nice toned coins go for. There's quite a bit of an argument that, especially on the newer coins, that it's all artificial because it takes years for these things to progress to, some of the beauties that you see on like Morgan dollars and, other coins as well.
All right. Yeah, I'm not big into toning coins myself, but I've seen a lot of slabs where they'll say questionable color and stuff on them, and you can see that the coin is toned. So I've never seen a slab coin that says true tone or authentic toning on them. But I have seen them where they have questionable color on them.
Yeah,
Just be careful.
sorry. If you're into toned coins, I mean, whether or not you like natural or artificial, I don't know. There was a woman on Facebook who started making artfully toned coins, and I mean, they were really good looking coins, but they were clearly artificial. She did it herself. She did not advertise them as natural, and she actually gained quite a following. So, there are plenty of people out there who are interested in them, even though they're artificially done. But I'll try to get you that information. Her name was M. Soledad Riviano. I'm not even sure if she's still around on Facebook anymore. I haven't seen her for a while, but she was making some really nice stuff. She was taking like 50s and 60s proof coins and doing something to them, heat treating them somehow, maybe with sulfur, and really making some beautiful rainbow colored coins. But at any rate, I'll see. Okay, you want natural ones? Well, then stay away from her.
I'm a big fan for myself.
Oh my god.
From Ida Herring, 1970S. This Lincoln Memorial scent is, I believe, to be WRPM 001. It looks like a perfect match. However, I know this is hard to believe, but I have been wrong before. I think, however, this one is a perfect match. Please let me know if you agree. Thank you, panel, for all you do to educate us. And thank you, Ida, for the wonderful gifts. So let's pull up Wexler's website here. Wow.
On a side note, Ida, yeah, we've been known to be wrong too. It doesn't matter how much you know, we're still learning.
Always.
Always.
Look at that beauty.
That's a no doubter right there.
Oh,
Did like a harmonics.
We're going to cat call that baby.
That's a hot one.
So let's see. Just to confirm it is the right one. Absolutely. WRPM 001.
If
Yep.
the MD was that bad, it'd be all over the date too.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a beautiful one.
beautiful coin.
See? You
What-
weren't wrong.
I just
you're
was staring at it.
You're-
Would you just look at it? Just look at it.
She's a looker.
Yeah, done
Yeah.
good.
Not a bad looking coin either, so that's a good find right there.
Oh, I don't know.
And
yeah.
I don't know. Wexler's website is a little sparse when it comes to his RPMs. I love to use copper coins for the RPMs and
So,
doubledie.com for the double dies, and my third go-to is Variety Vista. Although I have been using them a heck of a lot more recently, but yeah, you might want to check that website out, Chuck's website, coppercoins.com.
he does a really good job with the die markers.
Absolutely. I mean, the pictures are good. At first I wasn't so sure about the website, but I do like how it's set up. Yeah, very, very well done. So don't forget about that one.
Ta-da!
Now, Frank mentioned something that is definitely worth talking a little bit more about. Earlier, you sent in the coin with the machine doubling, Ida, and in a case like this, if the S were machine doubled, you would most likely see that same type of machine doubling on the date as well. So that's one of the giveaways that this is a true RPM. That's not always the case, but often. So yeah, good job. That's a good one. Looks like a field goal post. Score!
Hit mark positioning.
Yes. I'm sure you guys are getting tired of hearing my voice now.
Uh-oh. I'll read this one. She mentioned one of my videos.
Wait, ooh.
From Ida, 1925 Est Buffalo. I was watching Jeff Stanley's stream on Buffalo Nickels, and I started going through mine and found this one, wondering what this is on the rim by the feather. It just kind of looks different. Oh, so much to learn. All right, let's check this out.
Oh, wait.
Rim by the feather. Okay.
Man.
Oh yeah, looks like a little lamination, huh?
That's
Yeah,
kind of what I'm thinking.
Yes, sir. Sure looks like one to me.
But the feather.
Which is quite common on Buffalo Nickels. The pour and kneeling on these planchets was the thing of during its day, you know.
Lambeau Field.
Yep, you got yourself a little lamination, Ida.
Oh, it's a 25F on top
Probably
of it.
poor Mintmark.
Yeah.
It's pretty sad. Deflated.
Yeah.
Let's see. You got any horn? You got a little bit of horn.
It's still an S. I like to personally. I like to find the lamination or the woodies, the woodies rather on the Buffalo Nickels. I think it adds something to the eye appeal when the coin is up in like an extremely fine or an AU condition. It looks really nice. It adds something to the eye appeal of the coin for me. I've got several in my primary Buffalo Nickel album.
Yeah, I saw that too, Shay. Thought that was interesting.
I was really trying to behave there. You guys started talking about woodies on the reverse, so.
And well, while we're here and we're looking at that, that little mark underneath the feather, not towards the rim, but in between the neck and the feather, that is feather. That's the third feather. There are several cherry picker varieties that are what they call two feathers, and a two feather is what they call a dye abrasion variety, where they have done some work on the dye or whatever, and they've abraded that feather away, and that's actually a sought after cherry pickers variety. So that's something always to look for. Make sure, if you're looking at a Buffalo Nickel, make sure you're not passing up one that is missing that third feather right there. That is definitely something to look for.
There, I made it a
That's
two.
It was like, does it have a smudge brush? Oh,
That-
please let it have
I
a
tell you, that's almost too good. That's
I do that because believe me or not, man, you go on eBay and you see pictures that are doctored, and so be careful.
totally.
Easy to do.
The pixels are all like, what? No.
Next.
I'm on it.
Yep. Nice lamination on that. Good eye.
I've got it from Michael F. Regarding one of its kind bicentennial quarter. I was checking my collection and looked through my bicentennial, and then I noticed this error. Really nice condition. I made sure I had enough pictures so you could see what I see. Thank you, Michael.
Do you see what I see?
Now back to you.
Pictures are loading. There's some.
And back to you, Shay.
There's a lot.
I have the deepest voice on the panel.
Crisp and clean and no caffeine.
Well, it's a nice looking coin. I see some cartwheel luster going on there.
If it was that one double die obverse, boy.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's on a Denver, isn't it?
Wow. Look at the detail of the reading, man.
Well done.
Yeah. Good job.
So I got to be honest. Am I the only one that doesn't know what we're trying to find? Whoa, is that a notch?
Well,
I'm pretty sure. But usually on these, the doubling is pronounced on the RTY, on the bicentennial.
I think I'm seeing some machine doubling there on the left side of the legs. Yeah.
Right there in this inside the R.
This is the reverse. Let me go back to the obverse. I don't know.
You guys see that granular texture to the rim? Those are literally the molecules that make up that
I was
coin.
going to say, I think I see atoms, actually.
Is
I mean, those pictures are close, let me tell you. And I'm actually surprised at how clear some of them are.
Yeah, what is that little nubby projection there?
Wow.
this is molecular level? Yeah.
Nice resolution.
Is that from the Mars rover?
Uh-oh.
I'm actually kind of curious as to what these pictures were taken with. But to be honest, I'm not seeing anything other than a little bit of machine doubling. Actually, right there in between the words in that last picture, I'm seeing some little bit of star bursting out towards the rim. So that's an indication of die deterioration. Those striations you see heading outwards. But other than that, it's a decent looking coin. With a little bit of machine doubling, as far as I can tell. I'm not seeing anything else. You guys?
No, I'm not seeing anything.
Yeah,
I thought
maybe a little bit of polishing lines there in the field, but aside from that, yeah, that's all I'm seeing too, Chris.
I don't see any splits. And like I was saying earlier on these, this is labeled with air, and I'm not sure if what he's talking about. But I do know that on the bicentennials, let's see what. Okay. You want to look on the. You want to look up in here for nice splits here and here on the serifs. But I think that's on the D also. Is there one on the Philly? I don't think so.
Let's see. No, these bicentennials are, they're kind of neat. It was actually a 2-year issue, made in 1975 and 1976. The mintage is extremely high, but there is at least one really good double die to look for. Let's see. So 76D, we have 2 DDOs listed on Variety Vista, FS101 and FS102. So they're both Cookers varieties. The FS102 is going to be really tough to find on a circulated example. It's minor, and it sort of has that resemblance to machine doubling, but there is one out there. But the big one, that FS 101, is just absolutely a stunner.
Can't miss it.
You can't miss it, is right. So don't disregard these coins, guys, even because the mintage is so high. These are some strong doubling on them. So take a close look. I think it's probably most evident in actually every letter of Liberty has really strong doubling. So you can probably see it with the naked eye.
Well, thanks for sending it in.
Yeah, thank you. Nice coin, actually, though. From Chris Hurley. Got you. Die cap. Nah, but what? Good evening, panel. Found this Sunday. Was thinking it's a die cap, but the rust appears maybe struck through grease. Strange how the rim isn't affected. The reverse has some sort of damage as shown in US. What the heck is it? Whoa. Wow. Okay, I am intrigued. I think that is a very, very extreme case of struck through mint goop.
Wow.
So this would be the harder stuff. After a while, that it gets hard. This is the stuff that gets in the devices of the die and sometimes falls out and creates those drop letters. It gets really hard. It's mixed with metal shavings, dirt, grease, oil, and over time it just gets hard. But talk about an extreme example here. And the fact that we see a little bit of it on the back is what's really making me think that's what it is. I would eliminate a capped die or struck through a capped die based on the strength of the details of rust. What do you guys think?
I agree.
Yeah.
Definitely.
We had a good discussion about this last night, and I'm on board with the just extreme grease.
Some
Just
gross
an
grease.
extreme greaser that it just got hard, like Chris said, and that's phenomenal coin.
And it's obvious. I mean, it went through. I mean, it doesn't. What really sells me on it not being damaged is the fact that rim is so full all the way around. The rim's not compromised in any way.
I'll tell you what, that is probably the most extreme example of a struck through that I've seen.
That's why you don't put your fingers in the coining press.
Yeah. Maybe that's what that is. Maybe that's struck through flesh.
Oh,
Yeah.
Texture done.
Ow.
Yeah.
so now we got to
right.
look for OSHA reports about the safety around the machines to verify that.
Proper guards in place.
There's no date. Can y'all? We only have the reverse design to really go by.
Yeah, let's check out the FG. Maybe we can narrow it down.
Oh my God, with the slamming
Ooh,
doors.
boy. Wow. Okay.
You can see Lincoln.
So I'm going to go to reverse design varieties on Variety Vista.
We got
It's a
a
wide AM.
wide AM. I can't tell if this is equidistant, but it
Definitely copper.
looks like well, I can't tell. I
I think
can't
like
tell.
69.
I can't tell if it's a straight.
You know what, Frank? I think
or
you're on it, buddy.
Eric.
It's going to be 69 through 72 S.
It looks like the one that's always missing when it gets polished off. I was looking for the floating roof, as a matter of fact, but it's all right.
Yeah. Yeah, guys, if you look at the varietyvista.com, they have a section of their website called Memorial Reverse Design Varieties. and it goes through the different memorial reverse styles through the years. And I think Frank nailed it. It looks like RDV002, which would be 1969 through 1972, and that would be Philadelphia, Denver, San Francisco, and proof versions of those coins. So it is a wide AM. It has a blobby looking FG, which is, like Frank said, usually absent.
Yeah, that gets polished off so fast.
Yep. That's a cool coin, Chris.
Man, this coin has passed through so many hands.
That's the funny
it just
part,
blows
right?
my mind. Like, oh yeah, this thing is way beyond saving, and I'm like, well, the right person found it.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, how many people looked at this coin and thought, wow, this poor thing's been through hell. And here they had a really cool error in their hands and didn't even realize it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's definitely a keeper.
Yeah,
And
that rim is razor sharp.
You guys want me to do one more, or Jeff, you ready?
Give me just a second to click over. Okay, I'm ready to rip.
Listen.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You were doing so well.
From Listen, hey panel, I recently purchased this 72 from a good friend of mine. He said he submitted it last week, but it was never shown. I realized that it is obviously off center, but I feel as if it has more going with it. It looks like it was possibly struck off collar, or that it is a stiff collar. The coin is slightly oblong and sitting slightly high on a flat surface. I'm obviously curious about the extra rings on the blank portion of the coin more than anything.
Ooh, lovely. The luster on that thing.
Yeah.
I saw this coin listed in Joe Cronin's error group.
Oh, yeah?
That looks like that edge there almost looks like a partial collar, but
Oh, that's kind of an interesting. Good pictures, by the way.
yeah. If you can zoom in that far and they're still crisp, that's a nice, good quality picture.
She's a beaut, Clark.
There's no substitution for high resolution.
I like that catchy phrase.
Look at
Write that one down. Patent it.
Hardcore Copper 2020. You can send your clear images to checkmycoin@yahoo.com. I mean, this is just your typical off-center struck coin. What you're seeing around the edge is evidence of the collar striking, the coin.
it's a little bit that looks a little convex.
Well, that's what happens when it's struck out of collar, because basically there's nothing holding it in place at that point in time. So all the pressure from the die just, kind of squeezes the metal out, and it goes any which way. So I think the question they had on the Facebook group was the collar mark all around the left edge of the coin there.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's just from the collar. The collar's still in place. The coin just wasn't in the striking chamber, properly.
Look, there's some depth.
Yeah.
Got so tilted out.
Very cool pickup, regardless.
Yeah, this is not your typical off-center struck coin. It's got some pretty interesting things about it.
trying to pull mine out right now to see if any of mine have that same collar strike on the back.
Ah, there's a good money shot of that right there.
Well, to be honest, I have quite a few, and they all have similar, ridge around the outer edge. The larger ones do. The very small off-center strike don't, but 15 to 20% or more seems to show that collar.
That's the end of the set. There. Look, is there anything else we want to get closer in on, or?
I'm not seeing anything particular.
Yeah, it's too bad it's not any one of the tender throw double dies that exist for the state.
Oh, could you imagine?
A double
Imagine that being a number 1 or hell, a number 4.
check that too, real close. Look for that tail.
I tell you what, though, if it was a number 4 and people use the pickup point of that cud right there next to Liberty, you think that cud would still be there with this off-center struck?
And would it be bigger?
Well, the cud would still be there because the cud is on the die. The die doesn't. The die wouldn't change, but how it transitions into the unstruck portion of the coin would probably be pretty cool to see. I'm not really sure if I've ever seen a cud on an off-center strike. I'm not sure how that transition point looks.
If they had that going on, they got some real issues at the Mint.
Something like that might cause a cut too.
What about the
it's
extra
possible.
coin
If you
look-
think about how the pressure is the pressure itself is off-centered because only part of the coin is in between the dies. So, you're going to get, I don't know, there's going to be a portion where there's no pressure on the dies. So maybe it could potentially break a piece off.
Sorry, I'm geeking out over this angle here.
That is cool.
It's like coin surface level.
Yeah, that's just a really cool angle, well shot.
That was pretty neat.
Is it just the angle of the pictures being taken that gives it appearance that it seems thicker than a regular inning?
Like a higher relief.
Yeah.
That's the quality. I think it's the quality of the pictures and the fact that it seems to be a pretty well struck coin, despite the fact that it was, smacked around out of the collar.
Well, the part that's off center there, the unstruck portion, is kind of it curls up a little bit, so it's giving it, a cupped look as well. But wow, that image there really gives it depth, doesn't it?
Sure
Yeah.
does.
What a nice looking coin.
Great photos to boot, too. So,
Yeah.
yeah, huge kudos to listening on this one.
All right. Does anybody else have any more comments on that?
I'm still geeking out over it.
That's actually my favorite comment so far tonight. I'm geeking out over this.
Yeah, and I stole it.
I stole it. I slightly modified CF Coins for Amateurs nerding out.
You want to do the next one? Or you want me to go?
I could do the next one. Give me just a moment to get it queued up here. And this is from. All right, if somebody wants to read, I'll be ready for.
Hi, from Benjamin Marler. Hello, hope all is well with everyone. Here I have an 1851 3-cent silver with a possible repunch date. Was wondering what y'all think and if there was a possible listing. Thanks. No, thank you.
Something a little different for us.
Looky.
Winner,
Yep.
winner, chicken dinner.
I happen to have a 3-cent book, so let me see what it has to say.
Break it out, Eric.
Rock on.
So now I'm geeking out over that one.
Yeah.
The 1880.
Ooh, look at the
Which
bottom
one?
of the 8.
Bottom of the 8.
Both of them? Oh, sorry.
Delicious.
Was it a 51?
What's the time, Benjamin?
There's
Unfortunately, it looks like that baby's been scrubbed at some point in time.
yeah.
But I'll tell you what, I love that design is just so awesome to me. Love that design.
No, I stand corrected. I have a 3-cent nickel book, but not a 3-cent Trime book.
Yeah, I do too.
Common thing that happens.
There's no denying that's a repunch date.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't deny that.
You know, what I'm seeing is we've got that little, looks like there's a little bit of a notch up at the top of the one there. Of course, we've got this, the appearance of the secondary base on that one.
Yeah, that's a strong one. I see something at the top of the curl of the 5 as well, towards the right side there. Nope, top of the curl.
Oh, top of that curl.
Yeah.
Other top.
Nope, the round part of the 5.
Oh, right here? That
To the
curl.
right. Yeah. To the
Yeah.
right. It's hard to navigate someone else's cursor. I'm actually here moving my mouse. Like, no, this way.
Boy, that's some Wi-Fi you got there.
I'm not as good as Shay. Y'all just bear with me now.
Can you just move the picture? Can you just move the picture to the left a little
Oh,
bit?
is that what the problem is? Is the
Yeah.
orientation? Yeah, because I'm looking at it on the actual sheet. Let me take it down.
There we go.
Is that better?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. See that little horn?
Yep. That's a horn, baby.
Shazam!
And the bottom of the 8 was pretty strong too.
That's pronounced.
I don't know if I have a book or not. Unfortunately, all of my numismatic reference material is packed up, so I don't remember if I have one of these books or not. I'm not sure of any online resources for these either. Does anybody know of anything online?
A 3-cent nickel's got some references to some sales of stuff, but nothing in the variety, like showing the varieties of them. I can tell.
I'm gonna give Breens, or if y'all can talk for a little bit, I'll give Breens a quick shot.
Yeah, check it out.
Yeah, Bree did attribute some of these 3-cent silvers. So might be something there.
So ngccoin.com, the headline on their web ad, I just typed in 3-cent silver repunch date, but it says several repunch dates are known, but these elicit little attention from anyone but series specialists. I disagree with that statement.
Hey, we're all serious specialists over here.
Dare they?
Hmm.
Who are you to judge?
Yeah, Breen goes straight to the 3-cent nickel. Totally skips the. I can't believe that.
Probably
How about the cherry
wow,
pickers
this is
guide?
way too many varieties.
Is there anything in the cherry picker?
There should be. Yeah.
Yeah, there's 2 listings in cherry pickers, and I'm not seeing a match for any of them.
Paula, you got this book?
I bet Ken does.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't think he could read it right now. Yeah, these little 3-cent silvers, they can be quite expensive.
Oh, pause on it.
I love them. They're beautiful. I love the design. I love some of the repunch dates. The design changes. It's cool.
Paula's looking, maybe she can find something here.
Short series too. But man, are they expensive.
Yes, they are. They're pretty.
And I mean, the ones in the lower end are often bent and cut and garbage.
We got 1851 through 1873. So, by the way, this is the first year of issue. So that's pretty cool, too. Wow, I actually have one of these in my collection. Just one.
No, I sold it.
1852. Oops.
Did somebody attempt to look up in NGC Variety Plus? Did I hear that?
I did not. I was looking at NGC's website, but I wasn't able to find one.
I'm gonna do a quick look.
As you can tell, folks, even we struggle to locate the attributions for these older series. It's tough. There's not a lot of online resources. You have to have a book, and unfortunately, a lot of these specialty books for these series are quite expensive and tough to find. On top of that,
Yeah.
And talking and looking at the same time is twice as hard.
And I like online resources, but I tell you what, nothing beats having a picture of it in the book for me. That is not coming up for me. Okay.
I know see
well,
nothing.
you know what? We may have to come back to this one. Paula's taking a look.
Okay.
Maybe Ken will wake up. Maybe he'll be able to check it out. I'm not sure, but I mean, at the end of the day, it is definitely a repunch date. There's no doubt about it. So at this point, all we're trying to do is give the proper attribution number, but
That could take a bit.
it could, yeah.
Okay. Do you want to move on at this point?
Yep.
And we'll continue to look in the background here.
Let's move. Do you want me to go?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, if Paula finds anything on this, we could always come back and revisit it.
This is true.
All right, I've got one up.
Oh, wake up, Blues. From Benjamin Mahler, 1936 Walker Liberty DDO. Hello, hope all is well with everyone. Here I have a 1936 Walking Liberty $50 with a possible DDO. This one has stumped me for a while now. Was wondering what y'all think and if there was a possible listing.
I love walkers.
Nice looking coin right there.
Mhm.
What's on the tip of that 3? Okay, so I have Variety Vista pulled up right now. Looks like 3 listed.
Yeah, I was hoping that I could I could see some of the rest of the coin, but I think it's just die deterioration.
Well, I definitely see a lot of that, Shay. I agree with you there. Basically, all around every digit, you can see, especially the 6. Wow, that's really crazy. But yeah, definitely some die deterioration going on there. So, okay, let's take a close look at the 3. That 3 eliminates DDO number 1. Yeah, it pretty much does. Well, hold on. Let me check out DDO number 2 a little bit closer here. While I have it. Can I see the top of the 3? Yeah, nothing there. Top of the 6? Nothing there. No.
We got some good ones this week.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
say that.
It's interesting too.
It's not 003.
And I looked up the working hub doubling also, and it doesn't match that either. So I'm fairly certain you would. I mean, you'd want to see a lot more. You want to see a lot more. This,
Yeah, I mean that there is probably some old damage that kind of just got smoothed out a little bit, maybe.
yeah. 'Cause look at the evidence on the rest of the digit and the other digits explains it all. I think.
Yep.
There any photos of In God We Trust?
Wow, that eye kind of looks interesting though.
Oh,
And the first T in trust, the top of the eye actually is what I was looking
yeah.
at. Top of the eye.
You can see that now.
Yeah, a little notching right there.
You're welcome.
Is that?
This is why we have a group of people, Eric.
This is what, yeah.
So what are you looking at, Eric? What do you got?
I'm looking in Terry Picker's number 2, and all the DDOs that they have listed have extra thickness on In God We Trust. So, and I didn't see no pictures of it yet. We were looking at that date really, really hard. So,
Number 2, that's FS 102.
yeah,
Yeah, that's not matching the doubling on the date though. That is on Variety Vista, and there should be some real clear separation lines on the 3, the 9, the 6. I'm not seeing any of that. But who sent this one in? Benjamin Marler?
Yes.
I would really like to see better, clear close-ups of In God We Trust, if you could supply those. Because there are some things that are interesting to me. The top left of the eye, the top left of the first T in trust is kind of interesting looking. Unfortunately, there's some glare coming off from the left-hand side that could be changing what we see. So,
Agreed.
On Variety Vista, he has double working hub over strong spread on date, all lower details of the Liberty and lower rays and parts of the ground details, but I don't see all that either. So this isn't that. And then he's only got the 2 listings. He says RTY of Liberty, light spread on date. I mean, it's pretty. Those look like notches, man.
They do look like notches, but I know that these early walking liberties, the working dies get reworked a lot, and when they do, so some of the lettering on there and the
Well, that's a good idea. Check the design.
Like a normal doubling point on the obverse would be under the chin of Liberty. You could see an extra chin, but I don't think there was one on this one. But at the same time, according to Variety Vista, there's no other attributed double die with a double chin.
Yep, that's going to happen.
Yeah, it does look clean.
Yeah, I would definitely say it's been cleaned out one time or another. I'm not seeing no.
Some nice details, though. With the whole breastplate. Nice amount of head left. You got some wear in the high point here. But you can get lots of skirt details.
I think a few years ago, the contributors to the Cherry Pickers Guide of Favaz and Stanton, I think they delisted a couple of these minor double dies in the Walking Liberty series. That was before the, let's see. That's before the 5th edition. I think 4th edition, they might have had it in there. I had a copy of that book, and there's probably about 6 or 7 minor double dies that they had delisted out of there. This might have been one of them. I'm not sure.
Heck, even those older versions are hard to find.
Yeah. Considering that the publisher is not making them at the moment, I guess they're still waiting on a few bits of information, I guess, to crank out the new volumes.
Yeah, and it brings up a good point. I mean, having the latest and greatest in coin books is not always a good thing, because some of those older issues will have stuff in them that they've taken out over the years because it was a minor RPM or a minor DDO. So there's
Over the series.
there's no listings for them in the new books because they were taken out to make room for bigger and better stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, so you could always find older coin books and stuff. I mean, I got stuff from Judge and Bowers over here that I picked up, and it's just amazing on what's in that book, and it's not in later issues because it was taken out. You'll see that with a Cherry Pickers Guide too. They'll actually put a blurt in it that this listing is being removed from the book to make room for other stuff.
Yeah, plus low interest factor as well.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. I mean, me personally, I'm interested in even some of the minor stuff.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
yeah. Especially Shields. It's pretty much all you got. Minor.
I actually hope they put a few of the modern double dies in the Cherry Pickers Guide.
Keymaster 1053, he says he's got all the Cherry Pickers that's been produced.
That's really cool.
Yeah, we're actually looking at this 36 Walking Liberty to see if there's an old listing for a minor DDO on it.
That's kind of a crapshoot, isn't it?
Poking hope.
It's going to be another Keymaster. It's going to be another double die that is not FS 101 or 102. So if there's like a 103 or 104 or something along those lines, your assist would be greatly appreciated.
I'm looking at the Flynn book. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be an 003. That one has a pretty
Fancy.
pronounced,
That's
very
Lindmark.
pronounced 3 on it. That's not a match.
Well, we can. You want to go on to the next? Oh, he says 4th edition only has 101 and 102. We can move on to the next thing and come back.
Yeah. Boy, we're getting a pile in the back now.
Yeah, Keymaster, if you find anything besides 101 and 102, chime in on chat, and we're all keeping an eye on it. I'll be appreciated.
I did get the NGC website finally came through for me. It looks like they were doing some maintenance or whatever, but I looked. There are 2 RPMs for 1851 on the Trime. The only problem is they are absolutely not a match for what we have. But what they do have is, I mean, they're nice. They're both cherry pickers. But I think the other one that we were looking at is equally nice, at least to one of them.
And this was the RPD, right?
Yeah, that was the repunch date on the 1851 Trime.
Yeah, I wouldn't call the one that we were showing here a minor one by any means. That one was really odd.
That one was very significant. I'm a little shocked that they do not have it listed in Variety Plus.
All right, I got the next one queued up.
Okay. From Listen, this dime makes dimes cool to look at. This coin was shared in a group on Facebook. It isn't mine. It deserves all the attention in the world. Can we explain how this happened? I bet you I know which one this one is too. Might be the split die. Ho-ho!
Look at it.
Look at it.
That's a good one. I love this one.
Yeah.
Two,
This
please.
one's pretty well documented too. And I've seen quite a few versions of this out there. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure I own one. So anybody know what all is going on with this coin? I already know, so I'm gonna see if anybody else knows.
Well, you have an obvious cut.
Yeah.
It sticks out like a sore thumb. Based on the sunken nature of the die, I guess it might have a little die subsidence in there.
So this coin has 3 major things going on with it. It was struck by a fractured die, split die, rim to rim. That also obviously had a cut. It was also struck through a capped die. If you look at the details up around the RTY area, you'll notice how odd they look. So this was also struck through a capped die. Very late stage capped die, but still a capped die nonetheless.
String body mount.
This coin is actually pretty well documented. I swear I have one somewhere, but I just can't find it at the moment. But yeah, you can find references to this coin in higher grades. I think some of them were sold at some of the higher end auctions. Oh boy, let me see.
That is Connaughts.
Yeah, this is a really cool coin. Probably the best dime I've ever seen. Roosevelt dime, anyway. Don't you hate it when you just can't find something that you know you have?
No.
I have too many books. For real.
Yeah, that thing's nutty. Came across that thing and change. That would flip your lid, that's for sure.
This is one of those, like, if I found this in change, I would literally be jumping up and down for joy, and I don't care where I was at.
Look how modern it is, too.
You'd be in the grocery store, wouldn't you?
I would be, and I would do it. I don't care.
You and me both.
That'd be
I'd be
right.
like in the middle of Walmart, like, look what I got, look what I got.
I would do the Carlton dance. Anybody remember the Carlton dance?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yep. I'll be doing that stuff.
I have skipped across the parking lot at a QT before.
I think the only thing that would make this coin better than it is if it was an 82 no mint mark.
Yeah. Now we're talking.
This
Oh my
point is not
goodness.
good enough for him, huh?
Sets the standards high.
What's that little mark on the right side of the mint mark? Kind of looks like a star from this distance.
Yeah, I see what you're saying there. That could be some sort of anomaly that was caused by the cap die.
Cool.
Yeah, Scott, you came back in a good time.
P-Star.
Through that, right?
So Philadelphia, but better.
Yeah, that's a really cool coin.
2, please.
I've heard of speared buffaloes, but not speared Roosevelt.
And now, folks, you have seen a split die.
It's a Franklin.
That's beautiful.
Believe it or not, I've seen this on multiple dates, going all the way up to I think 2006, and they're all Philadelphia struck boo-boos. So they do exist on other dates other than it's 81, different die states, I guess. So this one has that really cool cut, which you don't see a lot of on split dies.
Mhm.
Yeah, actually, as soon as you said that, Sean, I did a quick Google search. Split die Roosevelt dime is what I typed in, and then I clicked on images, and right off the bat we have a 69D, a 78S proof, a 96P, another 96P. Actually, I was wrong about what I own. If you look, there's actually some 2007 Ps with a shattered die. That's the one I have.
Ooh, that's cool. I like that too.
Yeah, that one I have. But yeah, so there's some really cool stuff out there. And guys, these are errors. So, they're not limited to a certain year or mint mark. You can find an error on any year, any mint. So, and when you guys are going through your rolls, whether they be uncirculated rolls or mixed rolls from your bank, make sure you look at every coin front and back, because you shouldn't just be looking for double dies or RPMs or wheat pennies or whatever. Look for stuff like this. This thing was probably, there's some nicks and dings on it. The finish is worn off. The luster, not finished. The luster's worn off. So this coin was probably in circulation for quite a while. And once again, nobody thought that it was special until we saw it, or whoever saw it. We do. Absolutely. It's a good one. And
I know that dimes, certainly Roosevelts in particular, are overlooked. I think Sean, you had a video about it, and people don't often search through rolls of dimes anymore. But that stuff is out there. People overlook dimes all the time.
Yeah, it is a very underrated and generally overlooked denomination. It is what it is. It probably has more to do with the fact that the series hasn't had a redesign compared to all the other denominations, plus the size too.
Yeah.
Some people just don't like these smaller coins.
Okay, now Paula sent me this link, and it's just another variation of what we're looking at. But the question is, why am I noticing that
Cud's in a different place?
well, no, but they almost match, except for just the one picture. It is just a little bit different angle. Is there a particular reason why they're just
Well, if you think about why
going
die cracks, just think about how this stuff happens, right? You have pressure points on a coin based on its design. If you look at the Lincoln Memorial cent, you're going to find die cracks at the corners of the memorial. That's because of the design itself. It's the way the pressure, hits the die, and it just stresses in that area more. So the design of this coin itself is probably, partly to blame for why they're cracking like that. And then once it cracks in half, it's already weakened. So then you're going to start getting cuds and other things like that. What I find really interesting is that example that Paula just sent you, that's a totally different date. It's 1994, I think. If you look really closely at that obverse, that one also appears to be struck through a capped die as well. So there's something going on that is repeatable. Okay. I don't really know. I can't explain it. When it starts getting into technicalities like this, a guy like Mike Diamond is the one that's going to be able to explain why this happens on such a frequent basis with this denomination coin. It's got to have something to do with the design of the coin itself, fracture and stress points on the dies. But like I said, can we see that 94 again?
Yeah.
Oh, so Paula says it is struck through a capped die. So there's a description under the picture. I couldn't really read it, but I could just tell by the mushy details. Yeah, and if you look at the reverse of that coin, look how sharp it's struck, the cartwheel luster, and then you look at the obverse, and then you can just see.
Keep rhyming.
Yeah. So that is.
Yeah. That die cap on that 81, man, that thing must have been like razor paper thin for even just the amount of detail it was able to strike through that die cap. It's phenomenal.
Yep. And I bet you, so because of that fact, Sean, there's probably better examples of this coin out there.
Quite a few more, I would imagine. They did not catch this early.
Yeah. So the weak point could be right behind his head going up to that rim because there's hardly any field on that particular area.
Yeah.
Yep. And if you look at that crack, right at that area that you're talking about, Eric, the crack is actually thicker, wider, deeper in that area. And also, if you also think about it, that's where the cuds are forming up along that very small field area, even on the example of the 94. So, yeah, you're right. There's a lot of pressure being exerted and only a small surface area to try to absorb it. So,
hundreds of tons.
Pretty cool. Really cool.
Yeah. Jefferson Nichols, 1983 is a big year for cuds, and a lot of them appear in the exact same place. It's in between the rim and the thinnest point or the thinnest point of the field in between the top of the head and the rim.
Doesn't FDR look like a Vulcan?
20 years.
I was thinking of that Ripley's Believe It or Not picture of the guy that had the pipe or whatever that went through his skull.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
It was through part of the face and then out the back of the skull or whatever, and he survived I think he lived to be a ripe old age.
Yeah. Yep, that's crazy.
Okay, Keymaster got back with us on that 36 Liberty.
D. Walker?
And I'm sorry, let me see. He said there is no listings in 1, 2, or 3. The first listing for the 36 DDO is volume 4, which is FS 101 and 102 only. So thank you for looking in your back issues and and looking for us.
So that's it. That's interesting that in the 4th edition that 101 and 102 was added in there. So those seem like it might be recent discoveries. Either that or they've been discovered and not ever being thought of being placed in there.
I mean, 102 is such a strong double die. I can't believe that one.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty dramatic.
It's on my list. just like different denominations to get.
If you ain't making a list of stuff to look for off this show, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah, the 46P, the double die reverse, the big one. I can't
I'm
remember,
making a list of books I need.
but it was nice.
The only Walking Liberty double die that I have successfully cherry picked was the 42 DDR. But the 46 is intriguing because I don't want to buy it. I want to cherry pick one, and you know,
Exactly.
only because it's like I want to find one for myself.
Yeah, for real, it's kind of like that too.
Yeah,
Cherry
there are
pick
some points
slab.
where like the 55 DDO Lincoln set. Yeah, you can't really cherry pick that, but the 46 DDR and even what's the other one? The Franklin half proof, is that 61 the DDR? I
Yeah,
want to cherry pick that one too. I don't want to buy it. I just want to find it.
Yeah.
I always like to
And-
cherry pick them in the slab. I always feel like I'm sticking it to the man somehow.
I want to cherry pick them all because I'm cheap and I don't want to have to buy them. But every once in a while, I can't help myself.
I found a mislabeled slab already though, so that was kind of cool.
Oh yeah.
It was a 43D and a 43S holder.
Yeah, the mislabeled slabs are fun. I cherry picked a 1864 Indian with the L on ribbon, and as you guys know, there's a number of different RPDs for that date, and I found one with I think was it the first strongest one that you could find for that date, and
All
I
right.
felt like-
So I cherry picked 3 Liberty 1940 Walking Liberty 1942 double dies in slabs, mislabeled slabs. Check this out.
yeah, there's that double chin, double breastplate doodad right there.
Oh.
This is my
Oh,
third
yeah.
one
I
with
saw that
probably the
on
better grade.
Oh goodness.
Nothing on the label about it. But yeah, this is my favorite one to find. It's so easy to find.
It's
When
like,
you're when you've got a table full of Walking Liberties and they just don't care about die varieties.
mhm.
But yeah, that's my
A
favorite.
lot of people don't have the time. Well, that's where we come in.
Oh,
Yeah.
go back to the hand. I just
Talk to the hand.
okay.
Hey, you ever think that when a grader at PCGS obtains these and the submitter never bothered to pay for the variety attribution, and they look through their glass and like, man, this is a DDO, FS101, and they did not mark it off.
Or vice
All they
versa.
do is shake their head.
Well, you know how we all have stress at our jobs, right? That's their stress. They're like, this idiot didn't see this.
You have a 95 double diaverse and they slab it as a 55 double diaverse or something.
Go home and
Wait,
pop
what?
the hole
I had-
through the
what?
wall.
That's very nice, eh?
Yeah, I'm
Congrats.
always looking for them at shows. They're not really huge dollar coins, but they're a nice little premium. So
Mm-hmm. Keymaster also looked in his older issues for the 51 Prime, and he didn't see any listings for that either.
I was just reading that.
So
Well, thanks again to Keymaster.
Well done, you.
just got one. Blue.
I got one. From
There we
Benjamin
go.
Fowler. Hello. Hope all is well with everyone. Here I have a 1968 S proof quarter with doubling that I'm leaning towards is machine doubling. Was wondering what y'all think. Thanks.
Hmm. Oh. Oh. Oh.
Ding, 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 ding.
So
Sure.
I'm trying to find which one it is.
Again, 50 what?
68S.
Yeah,
68.
Gotcha. I saw a 51 that's still on eBay.
Wow. It sure looks like a real double die to me. But it doesn't seem to match any listed on Variety Vista. There's what,
Are you
4?
sure that's not dye deterioration?
Whoa.
I don't know. Let me. I'm switching back and forth.
Now
I don't
that
know if, like,
Now
MD.
that looks
looks
sketchy.
little shelf like.
Yeah, that looks like MD, but the In God We Trust area looked very good to me. I don't know. Look at the tip of the R.
Yeah, that's got me a little fooled there.
Can we see In God We Trust again?
Clam foot.
Yeah.
See all that? Just
Now I'm not sure.
all that goes right back into the devices. It's not.
It does. But look at the top of the tip of the G. Almost looks like a really small notch
Mm-hmm.
up at the top.
yeah.
Down a little bit with the cursor.
Okay. Right here.
Yeah, it looks like that's a little double bump right there.
Yeah. Oh boy, this one's
Look at the
interesting.
51S that they have listed too. It's very similar.
I can't click on a 51S.
What's the 6 and 8 look like?
Let me see if we've got that.
Oh, I'm sorry, 53D.
He had two wide open. I had a problem with a couple of the pictures, and they were the two wide shots of the entire coin.
And this is the 68S.
Yeah.
So I mean, this stuff here that we're looking at really looks like machine doubling to me.
No, it does look different.
It's
But the I don't know, the tip of that R and In God We Trust is tricky.
this one's a little bit of a puzzle, I think.
It's a proof too. That's something to keep in mind.
The funny thing is, if you look at DVO001 on Variety Vista and scroll all the way down to it shows the 1 of the date, it kind of has the same look.
Back.
Mm,
Let me try to pull those again.
mm, I'm not feeling the love.
Let's see. Back to an old Ken Potter article, other forms of doubling.
Light field. It doesn't look like that. It just looks
I'm
sheer.
leaning towards MD on it. With something that extreme, you would think you would see notching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you just don't have.
And I'm not seeing no evidence of notching.
Taking from the design.
A lot of proof double dies are minor and don't show notching, but I am really probably leaning towards some sort of MD here. It's just a little bit different because it's on a proof coin. And the texture of the area looks a little bit different. That right there to me is MD without a doubt.
Yeah.
What's getting me is In God We Trust a little bit in certain areas.
Like this R right here in this U.
Looks like flat shelves in the top.
Yeah, that one looks MD.
It's taking from the design.
Yep. Just that top of that G had a little bit of a double hump look to it.
I've had a change of heart.
Now there is one that's similar, but you really see the split at the top upper middle of that G. And this one you can't. I don't see it.
Nope.
But
Yep. I'm gonna have to go with MD.
Yeah.
MD on approved.
I'm in
Yeah,
agreement.
I think it's the fact that it's a proof and it's MD is throwing us off.
can you show a whole picture of the coin?
Yeah, I was trying to get that. Let me try one more time to get the obverse.
I do got a comment because it's hard to get nice pictures like that on a proof.
Sure is. You know what I find is helpful for me is to put a blank white sheet of paper above the camera. And I turn all lights off except for one. And
Oh, here we go. That's not too
it
bad.
helps a little bit. Woo, pretty. Yeah. See, I don't see any extra thickness on the date.
Yeah. If anything, this little. Can you see where I'm pointing on there?
No.
Or is
No.
it? Here, let me get my window down. Like right there, that's taking away from the design, the thickness of that, the bottom of that 6 and that 8.
Yep. Also, some dye deterioration on the bottom of that 6 that is really evident,
Yeah.
and around the left side of the 8. So, yep, just a little trickier than the normal MD coin.
JC asks if the ears doubled.
Oh, why not?
Is there a 5 in the cheek?
It's a quarter. There's 2.5 in the cheek.
Yeah.
And there's always
Welcome, YouTube coin Q&A community.
Too soon for that comment.
All right.
cool. All right. I think I've got, let me see if I've got one.
It's just a little tricky.
Yeah. Yeah, those proofs are tricky, and Coin Searcher 2 even said that.
All right, I've got one.
The black screen of death.
I'm listening. I know this thing's in excellent shape. Grade it. Just kidding. What's going on with the bottom left of the reverse around the rim? Sorry for not cropping my photos. I'm in a hurry and wanted to get this submitted ASAP. Thanks, guys. And he has a question for Blue Ridge. I've been looking for a prototype nickel design coin, a prototype nickel design coin ever since I saw the video of you finding one at your LCS. It is impossible. Sell me yours. Cheers.
Listen.
Yeah, it can be yours for only $4,200.
Woo!
Oh,
Woo!
Meet me in the middle.
What exactly is that he's talking about there?
yeah. I'm intrigued.
All right. So what this is it's a it's actually a re-release of the original dies that were sent to the U.S. Mint in consideration for the new design of the Jefferson nickel back in 1938.
Oh, wow, cool.
And they are clay cast models, and over the years they have been sold to prominent collectors, and then finally the Jefferson Nickel Full Steps Club acquired these plaster dies, and they made a prototype actual nickel from them. and sold them on their website. And this was probably about 15 years ago. The issue price at the time, I believe, was, if I had to guess, somewhere around like $125. And they only made 1,938 of them for the first year of the nickel. So, and they all sold out, but it took a while. It took about 7 or 8 years, and they're all pretty much hold up in collections. You might find 1 or 2 out there on the open market, but for only being a couple thousand of them, there's not a whole lot of them out in the market. And I got lucky and cherry picked one at my local LCS. I knew exactly what it was.
Woohoo!
And, he sold it to me for I think $50, which is a pretty screaming deal considering the history revolving around that particular coin.
Sounds like an ultimate cherry pick to me.
It's pretty good. Pretty good. It's not a top fiver, but for the interest factor, it's pretty amazing. It's cool to come across stuff like that, only because when it was sold to me, it was advertised as like a trade token. Trade tokens back in the day, they would borrow designs from the issued coins during the early 20th century, and on the back they'll put their business name and good for 50 cents at their merchant store or something like that. So that's what he thought it was a trade token.
So Sean, were these the ones that the Full Step Nickel Club released? And there were a lot of them I've seen that are in SEGS slabs. Do you know, is this, or am I thinking of like or did they come out with like a separate metal for that?
Well, this one that I have is crafted using silver. The one I bought was raw. It wasn't encapsulated in a SEGS slab. So I'm not sure if they did that or not, or if they had, because I know they've had a few releases. They've done a few self-issued tokens over the years for their club. It's more of an advertisement piece. So I don't know. I don't follow the organization as much as I should, especially when I'm a nickel fan. I would say I'm not hardcore.
Like not Stanley.
Yeah.
Well, I bring it up because there was actually one like that. It was crafted out of silver in an SEGS slab, and it was on eBay. And that SEGS slab really threw me, and it went for, I want to say it went for $100. Kind of wish I got it now. Because it was in that slab, and the thing just really just threw me. I'm gonna have to pull it up and do some more research. I might present it at some point, and y'all can make fun of me for missing out on it.
No, hey, send me a link in our chat then later, Jeff. When you look at that, I'm curious to look at that myself.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can find it in my eBay history.
So hey, maybe we should look at the coin on the screen.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
You're like, what coin on the screen?
What coin? I'm picturing this silver nickel struck with what were they? Clay dyes?
Yeah, they were plaster models. Let me rephrase. It wasn't clay; it was plaster models.
Plaster. Okay.
It's an interesting design because it was the original Felix Schlegg prototype reverse that was rejected. But I actually kind of liked the view of the Monticello on the back because it's kind of at an angle. I think the big problem they had with it, they had a tree in it that kind of looked like a palm tree or something. But I kind of like the design better than what we have now. Personal opinion. Okay, let's look at this. I think this is the piece that we're...
Oh, so now the coin at hand.
Excuse me while I trip over myself on my.
Did we not just speak of these things recently? Or
Yeah, these come up quite a bit, and there's always debate whether it's, you know,
Things.
a folded over rim fin or whatever.
My brain's still recovering from that discussion. Oh my God, with the door. My neighbors seem to think that it's more fun to slam them. Anyhow.
See, I'm looking right here at this little piece of separation on this that tells that.
Or is that just
So, you know, these are tough. They really are, and there's always, it's never straightforward. So there's a few possibilities of what it could be. It could be a folded over rim fin that got, you know, struck into the coin. But then you look at the same area on the rim, and there's clearly some sort of dent there. So then you also have the possibility of it being damaged, believe it or not. And even likely could be a small lamination error. So I don't know. These things drive me crazy.
throw a dirt at it? See which one sticks.
Do me a favor, just peel it off, throw it away, and spend a nickel.
No.
Okay, so no. That was a joke. That was a joke. But look, let's take a real close look at this photo right here. This one says to me. You see those striations on the rim? Something scraped that metal over and flattened it into the field of the nickel. Don't ask me how it happened, but to me, that's damage.
Stretch.
Matter of fact, if you look right above it along the rim, you'll see another area of damage right there.
Right.
The metal gets pushed and moved all over the place. In this case, it got nicked on the side, pushed the metal over, and flattened it somehow into the field.
That's
So
never going to heal if you don't stop picking it.
yeah, right. So you know what? I like that, Frank. Maybe we should call these scabs.
Yeah, they kind of, sort of look, yeah.
Coin scab, man.
They're like, it's got the same dents as that penny. Oh my God.
It's another.
Like my brain's still recovering from that.
And again, the pictures are really helping us pick
Yeah.
this stuff
Not
apart.
kidding. Stellar.
This picture here doesn't really show those striations, but that other picture does.
Yeah.
But you can clearly see that there's damage to the rim in that area.
Ida is leaving for tonight. So
See, Ida.
thank you, Ida.
Good night,
Hanging out.
Ida. Thank you.
And Cindelicious is in the chat. Welcome.
Yeah, even with this picture
Howdy,
right
stranger.
here, you can see those striations in that dented area on the rim. So something scraped it.
Yeah. Color dice.
Check what I got.
99. Is it a
Yeah, you got the same picture, Jay?
Paula sent the other nickel we were talking about. Pictures.
Oh no, Paula, no. Oh,
Thank you, Paula. There it is. He's at the estimate.
great googly movie?
Why did I skip out on that thing, man?
That's
Jeff, you know what? There will be more, man.
I know, but not that cheap.
That's a pattern.
It's a like they call. I've heard it called a medal before,
Okay.
and it's more like a commemorative medal for the Full Step Nickel Club, which I think they're actually defunct now.
You know what? I just found something else. I'm going to put a link in our private chat. Check it out when you guys have time. It seems to be that was there more than one design of these things that were made?
Yes, there
Please.
are two of them.
Okay. So there's a link in the private chat. Check that out. It looks like
I wasn't allowed to vote for it. Sorry.
Paula says it's on Michael Kittle's webpage. Is it for sale, Paula?
Oh, buddy.
Jeff, go there now. She's sniping you.
Buddy. Yeah, she's already got her finger on the trigger. Forget about it.
I think I've seen Michael's. It's expensive. That thing's expensive.
Yeah, everything's got a price. That's right.
Yeah, he knows what he's got.
It's crazy.
I'm not saying it's a bad price. I'm just saying it's out of my range.
Hey, do you guys want to see mine? Mine's not the Full Steps nickel one, but this one is from a separate set of dies from someone else.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, go ahead and put my picture up on there.
There we go.
Hopefully you can
Oh,
see it
there you
with
are.
great quality of my webcam, but there's the obverse.
Oh yeah, that's the one. That's the one I found in the on that website. It's in the private chat. That's pretty cool.
No, I'm kidding.
That's actually not too bad. It's got
No,
the
that's-
state of Virginia at the bottom, or is that Kentucky? No, it's Virginia.
Yeah.
Oh, far.
Yeah, that one right there. Yeah, the it wasn't Full Steps Nickel Club. It was actually who is it? Metalcraft. They're a British die maker that bought the dies to this one, which was also another because there was probably about 70 or 80 submissions for the 1958 Jefferson nickel design proposal. This was one of them, and they ended up buying the plaster molds and made these coins. And these are 999 fine silver. I think.
Sean, what I find interesting about your coin that you just showed there, above the Monticello on the right-hand side, that has some sort of weird markings, like little dots, right? You see those? Those same dots are on this one that's listed on the Coin Community Forum page that I shared in the private chat. Obviously from the same die, but pretty cool.
I think I've seen that one.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a good way to tell a legitimate example, because if there's value there, somebody's going to fake it.
Oh, yes.
Hey, from Adam C, 1945 Mercury Dime FS 101. Hey, good evening, panel. I was going through my Mercury Dimes last week and came across this beauty. 1945 FS 101. Distended hub doubling on the date. It's a new listing in the Cherry Picker Guide and looks really cool. NGC has not graded any so far. The PCGS is just a handful graded. Check this bad boy out. Okay, we got an extra
Whoa.
thick there. Oh yeah,
There's my cat.
That's a big old chunky 5 right there.
that sure is.
I'm not kidding.
My God.
She's a pig.
Oh, and that looks like ghost writing.
In COD we trust.
Yeah, that fish is good for you,
Yeah, made in the last.
especially the liver. Blech.
Hey,
Yeah,
look,
that is-
W.
Caca.
Yep, that's a fatty right there, baby.
Farty Birdie. But is it that way from?
Got bit by a snake.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that 5 took a hit. Actually, I would love to see this in Mint State.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, is it really that flat, or do you have some separation lines in there, or is it just stretched out like that? Because you don't see it, you don't really see it on any of the other digits in the date, so it's very
Yeah.
interesting.
That's what made me think. After a second look,
What's
what's
the date on that trime?
gotta we trust?
51.
Yes, what Keymaster said.
Yeah.
51, I think, wasn't it? Yeah, the one was messed up at the end.
Yeah.
51.
Of course.
I don't know if it was O or D.
Load.
Cool. All right.
Okay, so 1945 DDO002 listed on Variety Vista, and she's definitely a fatty.
Crazy.
FS101. So yeah, pretty cool.
It's like
Actually,
a double.
well, they're showing on their page is slightly circulated as well. Link in the private chat if you want to check it out. So that's cool one, Adam.
It's like a double stuffed Oreo. Actually,
only
it is showing some split, some notching on the 4.
So I was just
the
going to say,
horizontal bar. It doesn't show on this example.
yeah, you're right. It's not showing.
Yeah, and even on the bottom of the 1.
Bottom of the 1, some separation lines on the bottom of the 9. Yeah, this one needs a little bit of further investigation, Adam. I would check dye markers. It looks like you have some dye abrasion in the In God We Trust area that may be visible on your coin.
Yeah, this is a new listing as of edition 5, 5th edition. And I think there's a 6th edition that's coming out for the volume 2 here shortly.
It looks like there's some dye gouges possibly above the E in Liberty to the top right of the E, maybe. That should still be visible on this coin. So I would definitely check out dye markers, Adam. Yeah, late dye stage. Okay. I mean, it's definitely a fatty. I do agree that it's a double dye. That one you can see with the naked eye. And if you compare that with the normal design of the 5, there's a major difference in the thickness. So sometimes that can be created by getting hit and flattened, which I can definitely see some confusion there. If you look at the bottom of the 4, there's a little bit of damage going on there. So I can see why there's some confusion, but there's no doubting that, man, that's a fatty.
Yep.
Adam's got another one.
All right. I'll take it. From Adam C. 1907 Indian Snow 11? Question mark? I'm a little stuck on this Indian with a repunch date. I don't have a lot of resources on the snow listings. I did find a website and it looks like it is a Snow 11. 7 is most notable. What do you guys think? Also, too bad it has rim damage or it would be in pretty nice condition. Thank you.
Maybe it was mounted as a jewelry piece or something.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Pretty sure I have that.
I've cherry picked a few of these.
I don't know snow. Oh, don't know snow.
Yeah, that one looks good to me.
Now, what do you say this might be? Snow 11?
11, yes.
Well, it might also be Snow 17 because it has an obvious repunching at the bottom of the 0 as well, whereas 11 does not have the repunch. So I think this is 16. The 7 is the same.
There you be.
And then you're going to have a little bit of doubling at the base of the 1 as well. Which this one, it's kind of hard to tell because it's very minor on this one as well. But the bottom of that 0 is an obvious punch there as well. Bottom tail.
Minor wood grain too. Nice.
Much to the delight of Frank.
Punched the light at the dragon.
And me too. The dragon is pleased.
Is that a jewelry mount, you think?
Your offer is acceptable. Whoa.
It's hard to tell. I mean, it's damage of some sort, but I would suspect that if it were a jewelry mount, you would see that same thing in other places.
Right. Either directly opposite or within.
Yeah, actually, look right above the U and N in United, and you can see that it's flattened. Yeah, that coin took a little bit of a beating. There's some damage up above of and America. Some large gouges in the coin, which is quite a shame, but yeah. So another refund.
That's a shame. That's usually the state that I find my snows is pretty beat up.
Yep.
Little staple drag.
Staple damage, yeah.
Oh,
Oh, Paula.
Gotta throw a little salt on the old wound, huh?
And one in particular.
You know what? That's been a while since that happened, and that joke is still too soon.
Yeah, it's
Very nice eye finding that.
exactly, Cindy.
Yeah. I just got another thumbs down on my screen because of that comment.
So there you go. Not a snow 11, but definitely a snow.
Andrew O'Neill, Black Cloud Mining. Morgan Van, curious what you thought. Oh boy,
Yeah.
somebody.
Someone get your hand rolled up.
How much time do you guys have tonight?
About board.
Ooh. Lovely.
Oh, it's a CC, baby. Carson City.
Look at that clash. Wow.
Oh yeah.
And the strike is nice on it, on the whole coin.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
Oh, congratulations, bud. You got a beauty.
For what I
Really?
understand, the
Clash.
Morgan, if there's clash mark on it, it's one of the VAMs that has been attributed.
Now, I've
But
got
I don't know a
82
lot about Morgan.
Oh, nice with
What's the date again?
82 cc.
82 CC. Okay.
I've got an 82p that would pair nicely with, I think.
Let's see.
oh, look at all the detail on the leaves and the beautiful
gorgeous.
Liberty.
Let me see if I can find something quick. 1882 CC. Oh boy, let's see. Actually, it's not too bad. So the official VAM listing, there are basically 7 of them, but there are many different versions of each one.
He said
Oh,
he's
boy.
thinking 2A, possibly.
Thinking it's 2A.
Yeah, check
So
that.
there's 2A1 and 2A2. Both should be doubled 882. One top below left 8. Clashed obverse. That's a hit list 40. So let me see. 18cc VAM 2A1. Let's see what we got here.
This is a little too pixelated to see anything on the 8. I don't see anything there. This is
So there should be a large die gouge below the first 8. If it would be VAM 1A. Oh boy.
Brightness.
Really hard to tell, but I would say even with that pixelation, we should be able to see a die gouge in that area. So also on the reverse, there would be a large visible clash on the right-hand side, left of the leaves. So okay, so that's there. That's showing.
where this one?
Yep, that one, that's there. So, okay, so
There's also one on the wing.
it's not saying about the wing. It does say the CC is basically filled. There
Yeah.
should
Yeah, the left C is filled.
on the obverse there should be some pretty hefty die scratches to the right of the date below the first two stars.
Andrew O'Neill, I just put a link to VAM World in the chat, and it will have all the listings for the Morgans.
There should be
And you
some
can search
clear
and
and evident clashing visible in the crick of the chin / neck area, but unfortunately this obverse picture I don't think is good enough. There's too much glare on the coin in the areas we need to see.
Bright light, bright light.
But I mean, so that's the 2A1. Let me check the 2A2 real quick.
Yeah, the clash will be in the fields, right in that neck area where, yeah, the crook.
Sean, you said the left C was filled on the coin.
Yeah,
Okay, so that's looking more like it's the 2A2, which is just, I believe, a later die stage of the 2A1. The die gouge is still visible under the first 8. And the left C in the CC has some sort of marks in it. So you might have the 2A2. I would definitely have to see better pictures, though, of the obverse without the glare. I would maybe lower the lighting level.
either that or point the light toward the wall, or put something to diffuse the light right on the light, like couple layers of paper towel. Just go ahead and affix it to your lighting system with rubber bands or something. That also works.
Lamp with a shade.
He's
so we can see
speaking
more
about
of the
simulations for creating.
surfaces of the coin.
I would do some research first, Andrew, and make sure that this coin is drawing a premium. You know, there's a lot of VAMs out there, and they're all cool in their own right, but most of them have just a very small premium on them, and it might not warrant grading. So definitely do your research first on this one. Look at sold. Woo! That's one way to use a
You
coin.
guys figured it out, yeah.
It's using the noodle.
Patented that yet?
Not yet.
I would also look at the coin to make sure it wasn't clean, because I'm not seeing no carp or luster on it. I'm seeing a shiny surface throughout.
I think
Yeah.
it's just overexposure. The white balance is way off on it because the light was hitting the coin directly. But yeah, I'd love to see this coin again where you could actually see the surfaces. If it's not a hit list or the top 100 or whatever, I would probably refrain from actually grading it, because they don't have quite the large interest factor. I think it has to be 5 or 6 on the interest factor for it to be.
Well, this is a 5. This one's rated a 5, and it is on the hit list 40.
Okay, that's good news.
It is good news, but I definitely would take a look at, sold listings, see if you can find any. It actually looks like if you go on VAM World and scroll down, they actually have
Realized sales.
an
listed down.
annex anyway, graded version that they're getting pictures from. So maybe there's some sold listings there, but yeah, check it out. Either way, it's a winner. I mean,
Beautiful.
That's a good point.
PC,
Sean,
it's
on,
not
the white balance could be washed out and given it the appearance of too shiny.
so
And
Adam Chambers is saying MS64 sells for $280. So if you think you can get that grade out of it, then it's probably worth sending away with the attribution on it. It'd be pretty cool.
Let us know if you do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say you can't retire off of it right yet.
No.
Find yourself a Hot Lips 88 and you're in business.
Yeah. Nice coin though.
From Jason Brown, is this a real Mason coin or is it fake?
Excellent news.
Well, I definitely have some reservations on it.
What does it say?
Well, aside from the fact that it looks very crudely struck on what appears to be,
It's not.
I don't know, is that silver or maybe German silver? Or did he specify?
Yeah, it definitely has that type of look to it of the German silver type
Yeah.
metal. Hell, maybe even copper nickel.
That
Um,
writing with sterling up on top. I'm thinking it might be a token or something.
Oh yeah, it does say sterling, doesn't it?
So let's see. Dieges and Clust. Is that what it says? Dieges and Clust. Is that right?
A Clust, yes, CLUST.
So Dieges and Clust apparently are jewelers established in New York in 1898. And if you type in their name and click on images,
And Google.
here's it though. They do like using that odd shape. It looks like they have a few pendants and necklace charms that they've
Like
made
it's
that
real
have same shape. Yeah, look, it gives the appearance of being hammered.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
So, in that case, that would make it some sort of token or metal.
Mhm. Presentation.
It's very possible that there was a hole or a loop on the top of it at one point in time, and it was part of a ribbon, a medal given to someone, which is probably what I'm thinking this is. This might have been something awarded to a Mason when they reached a certain level within their group.
It's Greek.
The fact that it's made by a jeweler, a known jeweler, tells me that it was some sort of, presentation piece.
Right.
So it's actually pretty cool.
What's the other side
And
look like?
Did you say it was from the late 1800s?
well, the jewelers, let's see, they were established in New York in 1898. So
Okay, so they probably worked well into the 20th century then, probably in the early, probably 15, 20 years, I guess, maybe.
yeah, let's see. Actually, hold on, let me see. So they kept the company going, according to Wikipedia, all the way up through 1980.
Geez, I don't know how that's possible. They couldn't spell anything. Look at that thing.
They spell
Hey,
like me.
Hey, Draco's Dragon, how much did you pay for this thing, if you could hear me? Out of curiosity.
So these guys actually made Eagle Scout medals, war medals for the Spanish-American War, Olympic medals. These guys apparently made some really good stuff. So I'm willing to bet that this thing has a little bit of value to it. $20 for something like that, probably not a bad buy. Really,
I would say that's $20 well spent. You have, this thing was made during a period where, merchants were making advertising pieces, trade tokens, and this fits right along that line of exonumia. So I would say you did pretty well. I can't speculate how much it's worth, but since we buttoned down probably an early 20th century type token right here, it's pretty neat, to say the least.
Can I see the other side again, Shay? Okay, so I can't read it.
Says
Roy
model, My Country, is that Country Royal Arch?
No, looks like Lycoming. Is it Lycoming? Royal Arch chapter.
Chapter.
Yeah, Lycoming Royal Arch chapter.
Number 222. Yeah, so this was produced for a specific chapter. So there can't be too many of these in existence.
So if you type in Lycoming Royal Arch chapter in Google, the first results that show up are this, and it's in the tokencatalog.com. So this actually has a token catalog number of 398709, and yeah, pretty cool.
That's interesting.
And as I suspected, because I know the word Lycoming, it's from not too far from where I live, Williamsport, Pennsylvania.
Hey, Chris, can you put that link in the chat form?
Absolutely.
Appreciate that.
I can do it in a private chat. Somebody's going to have to copy and paste it into the other chat.
Yeah, Adam Chambers, you're right. Yeah, PCGS, NGC, and Annex are all doing tokens. So you have the pick of the litter, depending on your, I guess, preference or budget. And they'll probably attribute this for you.
Thank you, Dragon. I wasn't able to do it because I got the YouTube chat open up on my other computer and
It's all good, man. It's team sport.
StreamYard on my other computer, and I can't cross.
Yeah, Draco, that is definitely a positive for your collection. And if you ever decide to sell it, look me up because I love anything to do with Masonic stuff, or the fact that it's from Pennsylvania, not too far from me, is also pretty cool. So that's a neat piece.
Hey, Chris, did it specify in the token catalog the date range for this token?
Let me pull it back up. I'm sorry.
I haven't been on that website in a while, so I wasn't sure if they actually put the date of.
Honestly, there's very minimal information, which really frustrates me sometimes. No, all it says is Lycoming Royal Arch Chapter, Masonic Keystone, number 222. It gives the token catalog number, and it was the image courtesy of eBay seller Stoopsy, 1959. So may be able to find some more information about it on eBay. I doubt it, but by the way, the shape is exactly like the shape of Draco's, so that's what it's supposed to look like. It doesn't appear to have any sort of loop or hole for being attached to anything, so it is what it is.
So here's where I'm kind of wondering, was the original, because you would think Planchet would be flat, was this originally a sterling ball that was minted and squished to have these weird kind of edge patterns to it, or it looks kind of all over the place?
Well, what we can do is actually examine the shape. So can I see the reverse image again, please? And I want to compare that to the image that's listed on. Okay, so. Okay, so honestly, it kind of seems random. So you might be onto something there, Sean. I'm not seeing the shape looks a little bit different.
Yeah, you should be able to see something like that W next to the W there.
Yeah, next to the W. I mean, there's something similar on the one on the token catalog, but it's in a totally different spot. So Sean might be onto something. As a matter of fact, the one that's on the token catalog, the word sterling is just about cut off of the coin. It's almost missing because the shape is odd in that area. So that's a pretty good observation, Sean.
Well, it got me to thinking, Chris, that hey, a jeweler makes this, and I'm sure they smelt their own silver, so they probably make their own blank something another, and it wouldn't be out of the question that they would use, sterling shot. I don't know what the actual terminology would be. It maybe just a little ball, and then they would hit from that.
Yeah, that's an interesting way to strike a coin for sure.
Makes sense. Or tokens.
Cool token, man.
All right, I think
tokens.
I've got one more that came in before 9.
Hey, we're doing good tonight.
Hey, you're good, Draco. You don't need to send a better pick. Fantastic job with the cherry there. Well done.
From Benjamin Marler, 1946 S RPM. Hello, hope all is well with everyone. Here I have a 1946 S wheat cent with a possible RPM. I believe this is an RPM to the west, but wasn't able to find a match. So let's see. 46S. That's a nice looking coin. Luster. And I see what you're talking about right there.
Yeah, looks good.
So let's check copper coins, as I think his are probably the most comprehensive.
It even has that a little additional ball serif at the bottom that comes out ever so slightly.
Okay, so can I see mint mark position? I would need a zoomed out photo. And yes, that is. Okay, that's good right there. RPM looks similar to 2, but mint mark position is different.
There's a couple on it.
This is the sans serif, right, Chris?
It's kind of flat.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I can't tell.
Well, based off of that, the top loop of the S, it doesn't have the little serif that drops down.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and yet it's not the ball serif that you see with the.
So I'm liking number 9 on copper coins. Matter of fact, I'm gonna come right out and say it. 1mm009 on coppercoins.com.
Man, what a beautiful coin.
There should be a relatively large die scratch above the 1 on the date.
Yeah.
It looks like it. I could see it from here.
See,
Okay. So we also have lots of die scratches in and around the Liberty area.
Yeah.
Space.
Okay. And there should also be quite a few die scratches on the entire reverse, basically, but strongest around the N and O in United and of. A little hard to tell there, but okay. Look at next to the Yep, that's it, man. 1mm009, baby.
Inverted mint mark.
What's that?
You said IMM, right? Inverted mint mark.
Oh no, 1mm.
1M.
Oh, okay.
That's just the nomenclature he uses. It's 1 cent denomination, mint mark variety.
Oh,
009.
gotcha. Okay.
Yep.
that checks all the boxes. You gotta love that.
So it's also listed as WRPM 030 on Wexler, and RPM number 9 on Konica. So yeah, that's a good one. Nice looking coin too. It's got some color to it as far as I can see there. Definitely had some luster. So that's a keeper, baby. Now I will say Chuck's prices are really out of date, and he will admit that unless he's been updating them, but I doubt it. Basically, he's saying in AU or uncirculated, $3.25 to $4.50. I think you can get a little bit more for this coin, without a doubt. relatively minor RPM, but it's a nice looking coin.
Beautiful shit.
So, yeah.
Do y'all want to make a call? We keep going, or are we done for the evening? It's 10 o'clock here.
Yeah, we've been going 2.5 hours. We went through a lot of emails. I'd say we're good.
We didn't get your email. We're sorry about that. We will try to respond to the ones that we probably won't show. And if you don't hear from us, then you're likely going to be on the next show.
So make sure you show up
To the show.
so you can show your coin.
That show.
I want to give a big shout out to our personal members, Menta Coins and Blue Ridge, Jeff, Coin Dragon, and Chris. Always a pleasure to have you guys around going through these Q&A coins.
And Paul,
Thanks
I
for
hope
doing
I
that
was
hosting
back
thing.
there.
Yeah, thank you, Paula, for
Keymaster saying he found some 3-cent silver in books. I don't know. Can we take a look at that before we go? Maybe we can finalize that one. Get that off the
Sure.
the back page list.
So
What do you got,
Vicky
Keymaster?
said,
it's got a cherry picker.
And real quick, thanks to everyone that submitted all these cool older type coins. It's very refreshing, and it's good practice for everyone.
Yeah. Yeah, it's neat seeing it kind of mix up a little bit and see a little bit of different stuff come in. And John, thank you for your information on that.
Guys, we had a lot of really quality stuff tonight,
Pictures are
right?
getting amazing, people.
Really quality stuff.
Yeah.
It's interesting because, I mean, for myself, I'm seeing a lot of coins that I've never seen. I've heard about them. I've seen pictures, and I've done some reading in Variety Vista and all them places. But to actually see it up close and personal on a live stream, man, that's just amazing. I love it. I love every bit of it.
Eric, what was your favorite coin tonight?
My favorite?
Yep.
I'm kind of partial to Trime, so, and I'm actually getting into Roosevelt's.
Give me one of them split rosies any day, yeah.
You know what, Frank? I'm with you, man. A triple error on one coin. That thing was a beauty. I love that coin.
That was especially nasty. I like that one.
It's actually
I
got
just
me kind of interested in maybe getting a box of dimes.
I just ordered myself the Roosevelt Twin book, so it'll be here, I think, Monday. I basically stole it off eBay for the price, so.
Randy's asking who's doing the show next week. Anybody know who's up to host?
I'll get Ken to do it since he had an issue.
Yeah.
let's see. Yeah, I think it's Jeff.
Yeah, I might be next, so I might. Yeah,
Are you
I'll
on call next week?
I'll make myself available for sure.
Not on call next weekend or next week?
No, I am not on. This is my week to be on call for work. Thank goodness, no calls tonight, so I didn't have to drop or anything. So that was a good deal.
Do you have a picture of the Trime?
Do I have it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me give it just a
Just
moment.
like I thought you had it.
No, I got it.
I'm looking in the cherry pickers, and I don't have.
I didn't see it in cherry pickers either, Shay.
What's that?
I didn't see it in cherry pickers either. I looked earlier when the coin was being.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They only have the major ones on there.
Volume 1, 5th edition. So that would.
Although this one looks pretty good. This one is right up there
Yeah.
with the most interesting.
Yeah, that's definitely not a match for
Is that
that.
the Trime you're looking for?
That's the term.
Yep. That's a beautiful, beautiful punch date.
Yeah, that's nice.
I cannot believe that thing is not in the cherry picker's guide, but those other two are.
Yeah.
It baffles me sometimes.
You know,
Well, there's a lot of those earlier RPDs and MPDs from these older coins that aren't even in the cherry picker's guide, and I'm afraid to say that it probably won't ever show up in there.
No, probably not. You're right.
Yeah.
Is there any reference material out there that deals specifically with repunch dates? Is there any books that anybody knows of that encompasses multiple series? Because if not, that's one hell of a book idea.
Yeah, that thing would probably end up being like 1,500 pages. It's that in depth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always see them associated with, if I see an RPM book, it's going to be associated with a series. Like I picked up one that Ken Potter had on his Facebook page for Jefferson Nichols. I was just Jefferson Nichols RPMs. And then somebody else, there was some, you see the Lincoln Cent ones all the time for RPM.
These are cool because the digits were punched in by a digit punch. Usually they had, like on the 2 cent pieces, they had all 4 numbers on a punch. And I would think that was probably done around this time as well.
Keymaster is asking, is there any doubling on the first one in the date?
On the first one.
Maybe at the top.
Yeah, it looks a little extra thick up there. There's something going on inside the little corner.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, right in there. I'm not
right
really
in
sure.
there. That, you know, is that a divisor line of some sort? You know, is that?
It almost looks like a separation line that's been worn down a little bit by circulation. You know, I don't know why I didn't think of this before. Wexler actually has some RPDs on his website, but
this RPD is interesting because on the last one of the date, the repunching is north, and then on the 1 and 8 it's south. So it's kind of like a repunch twist.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
No, I definitely see what you're saying.
Yeah. So on the first one, if there was any repunching, it would be south of the primary device, which that little spike right there that's on that corner would make sense.
Maybe triple punched.
Yeah, unfortunately, as far as RPDs, all Wexler has is seated Liberty half dimes, Barber dimes, seated Liberty quarters, and seated Liberty half dollars.
Oh, so nobody collects seated Liberty half dimes. Those things are as small as a baby fingernail.
I love those things. Those are so awesome.
Yep.
Cap bust half dime is pretty sexy though.
So what you're saying, Sean, I'm kind of thinking about it a little bit in my head, and as far off as this one is repunched, yet as minor as the 5 is, it almost had to be repunched numerous times.
I think so. I think the point of rotation, if there was a little bit of a twist between the first initial punch and the second one, the center of rotation is probably right over the 5, seeing as how it exhibits less doubling than all the other digits in the date.
Yep. And in that case, then on the 1 alone, you would see the height difference in those, I don't even know what to call them, those little legs that are sticking out. They should be, they shouldn't be as parallel as they are if there was a large rotation like that.
Correct. Yeah, you would think that possibly there'd be a little bit of a diagonal orientation compared to that bottom leg of the one or the base of the one. But at the time, we are talking about 1850s here, so the deviation from one digit to another can get pretty crazy.
Any thought about that one being retooled? Were they retooling back in middle 1800s?
Yeah, they'll recut those digits all the way up till probably like 1875. That is entirely possible.
It actually does. If you think about the Colombian coins from the 60s, with all those recut dates, it kind of has that same look to it. But yeah. This one has to be referenced somewhere. To me, it's too major to be looked for so long.
Yeah,
I think Breen has a book on these, or some sort of reference on these oddball denominations, like a 2-cent and 3-cent series or something. Because the other two or three main cherry pickers guide RPDs for the state also reference a Breen number, so I'm sure there's a Breen reference somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm just not willing to pay $300 for that book.
That's the thing. Some of those books are so expensive.
It's so rare too. They only made so many of them.
The only reason I have one is I cherry picked a book for $40 off of eBay.
Oh yeah, I got one of those. Really, actually, if you take a look at betterworldbooks.com, every once in a while they'll get one of those in, and they go for a decent price. Now there is a book I just found. It's called The Authoritative Reference on 3-Cent Silver Coins by Kevin Flynn and Winston Zach. So that could have some good information in it. That's on Amazon for about $54 for a soft cover.
All I have in Breen about this particular one. Let's see. I'm not going to be able to show it, but there is a picture of an 1851, but it is not nearly that pronounced. And he talks about the 1851 double date is very rare, heavy numerals, but this one doesn't show nearly the amount of double in it. That one does. And it has another listing for first one repunched. And
yeah, the cherry pickers ones are a little bit. There's one that's really pronounced that I saw on Variety Plus. In fact, I'll put a link to that down in the. I didn't realize I had the ability to do that here. Give me a second. I'll look that up, and I'll put that in the link so everybody can kind of go up and look at those too.
Well, they were made with 75% silver and 25% copper, so that was a little bit different. The Billum, is that they were attempting to change the metal content.
I'm willing to bet there's a pattern floating around out there, a Judd pattern of a different composition of the trine. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Oh, so now I have to break out my Judge books and start doing some searching.
Another Longacre coin.
Yeah, I got it written down over here in the note. See if I can find something more on that 51.
I'll probably post something on Collectors Universe forums because those PCGS guys know everything. So they might be able to identify what this coin is, attribution-wise. And I can post it on the Facebook page if I find anything.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
All right,
Like,
good.
there's got to be someone out there that knows it.
Yeah, extreme. As good as that is, I can't see how it was missed.
Oh, no doubt about it. Yeah, there's nothing about this RPD that says damaged or took a hit or anything, because there's multiple digits that are affected in here. It's an intriguing coin. It's a nice coin. I love stuff like this.
There's some value there, because I'm looking at these things right now on eBay, and I just cannot believe the price they're going for. Wow, crazy! And then
Yeah.
to have RPD on top of it, definitely a nice coin.
Yeah.
The 3 cent silver series is a very dedicated coin with a very dedicated collector base. All you need is like 2 or 3 bidders who know and cherry pick eBay quite often to go at it, and it gets out of hand. It's not even fun after that. It's not any fun to be part of that bidding war. You either overpay or you lose. It's not fun.
No. Now I did tear up some 3 cent nickels this week, so I've got a couple of those en route. I'm looking forward to seeing those show up in my mailbox.
Awesome.
Okay.
You gonna show us a few of those low mintage proof 3 cent nickels?
Oh man, I wish I had some of those.
I have some low mintage proof nickels that came in the 2020 silver sets.
Yeah, they only made 190,000 of them.
Yeah.
I have a 38 proof nickel. That's my best proof nickel, I guess I could say.
I think my claim to fame in all this is a 42 proof mercury. It's not even cameo, so don't get excited. It's like a $150 coin.
Well,
Yeah.
I guess that's it for the night, right?
Yeah.
It has a special part in your collection, so. All right.
Yeah, it's in an old PCI slab. I think it's
All right. So once again, thank you, panel members, for being here and sharing your knowledge and getting these emails and these pictures ready for us to discuss.
Right.
Everyone in chat, thank you for hanging out. Hope you learned something. The people that sent in pictures of your coins, thank you very much. The show wouldn't be what it is without those. I'm standing in front of the class.
Hey, thanks for hosting, Blues.
Yeah,
you,
thank
Blue.
you.
Good
Thank
job.
you.
Bye bye then.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure. I mean, bowling's pretty much been canceled for the season, probably until next year. So,
Well, it's nice to have you back with us anyway, man.
Yeah.
We're
Good
more
to see
we're more
everybody.
fun than your bowling buddies anyway.
yeah.
Thank you all for coming. We'll see you next week. And tell your friends.
Thanks, everyone.
all right.
Thank you.
Take care. See ya.
Thank you, Paula, for keeping an eye on chat, for helping and posting links for us.
He's not in
All right.
jail, Randy. He's just not
We're
feeling
all good. All right. Good night.